Welcome to the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast, the podcast where we make 5-minute decisions that can change your business, your relationships, and your life. Hey, this is Dean Soto, founder of prosulum.com, prosulum.com, and freedomin5minutes.com, and we're here for another Freedom in 5 Minutes episode. Today's topic is you are not a good fit. Sorry, all that and more coming up. All right. What is up? So I'm trying to do this on a daily basis, but I've actually been doing this as well as videos on YouTube for the Dean Soto channel under my personal brand. And so it's a little bit difficult, but I think it can actually be done. It's been pretty awesome. I don't know why I don't just do these first, because they're a lot easier. So I think I'm going to switch things up. That's my decision. I'm going to do these first so I can be with you on the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast. It's amazing, right? I love walking around. I'm actually in near one of the offices that I work out of sometimes. And I keep on saying anyway, I'm thinking of the people who are looking at me going, what the heck is this guy doing? Who is this guy? What is up? But anyway, it does not matter. I don't know these people. They don't know me. Who cares? Anyway, so the topic on this one is timely because I actually had a cool meeting with some potential customers today who I sent an agreement for some virtual assistants, and it worked out really well. I'm pretty sure they're going to sign, but it also brought up a story a while back about a guy named, I'm not going to give his real name, but it's a guy named Ryan, which I mentioned actually in the Dean Soto YouTube channel. And it's off of the video that should be posted either today or tomorrow. But it's qualifying your customers. And this actually is something that's important for several things rather than just customers, all right? So, it does take a 5-minute decision for this, because this 5-minute decision is going to affect a lot of things. So I had this customer, we'll call him Ryan. His name starts with an R, but it's not Ryan, but we'll call him Ryan. And this was when I first started doing the virtual assistant agency. I wanted to get some case studies. I wanted to get some people on board. So I was offering my virtual assistants at a discounted price. And he was one that jumped on it right away. What he wanted to do, though, was he had a real estate, kind of like a real estate investing business. And so he had a lot of different real estate that he was managing. He was also doing this test strip business, this diabetic test strip business, where he basically kind of acted as a broker for people who had diabetes to get test strips at a much cheaper price, right? But he would also make a good amount of profit off of it. Well, one of the things that he wanted the virtual assistants for was to start a dropshipping business based off of my dream dropshipping course that I was selling at the time. And that dropshipping business, he had no clue whatsoever how to do it. And so his thought was he was going to get these virtual assistants. He was going to use some already existing process documents and just hand it over to the virtual assistant, and the virtual assistant was going to make him a lot of money, right? Well, on the phone, I literally spent about 1 or 2 hours with this guy, and I could just feel it in my gut. I could feel it in my gut. Oh my gosh. I could feel it in my gut that it was going to be a bad situation. I know from experience that when you try to outsource something that you don't know, even if you have the most step-by-step process documentation, systems documentation, even if you have the most detailed ones, it will not work, because there's so many little nuances that you just have to use. You have to be able to guide somebody in for something to be successful. I want to say 95% of the time it won't work. Is there that 5% where it will? Of course. But for the most part, that 5% is not going to happen. So I go and I'm on the phone and I'm literally saying, I don't think that this is a right fit. You're not a good fit. You're not a good fit because you don't know how to do drop shipping. You don't know it yet. And he's like, no, I can do it. And I can do it this way. And I kept on trying to steer him toward, why don't you let them help you with your diabetic test strip business? And he's like, well, it's kind of going away. It's a kind of a dying thing. And I'm thinking, well, but you're still doing it and it's still making a lot of profit. Why not just keep going with that? And going against my gut, going against what I knew was going to happen, I decided to take him on as a customer. And boy, was it a wrong move. The guy was super nice, don't get me wrong. Even as a customer, even though he was not a good fit, he was super nice. But he would email my staff constantly. He was so micromanaging with his virtual assistant that his virtual assistant literally ran away from him. When that happened, he started bugging my staff in the middle of the night when they're sleeping on Skype and asking them questions. So my staff was so awesome that they make themselves available, and to a fault, he would bug them at night. And I got sick of it. I ended up sending him an email basically saying, hey, bud. I literally said that. I said, hey, bud, we're going to have to cancel your virtual assistant because it's not working out. And it seems like you need a lot of hand-holding and so on and so forth. He then pretty much begs to stay on board. Well, when he did, I said, okay, well, we can give it another try. And guess what happened? The same thing. The same exact thing happened. You see, you're going to hear cars going by. I'm in an office area, sorry. But the same thing happened. And why did I expect anything different? What I should have done was stuck to my guns and basically said, no, you're not a good fit. Because I can tell people there's a big difference between somebody who understands systems and processes, who looks at what they're doing right now and says, oh, I could create a 5-minute video showing how to do this, this, and this, and then have a virtual assistant document it step by step, and then they'll be able to do it. I'll be able to guide them a little bit and grow my business. There's a big difference between that and somebody who wants to escape what they're currently doing. The grass is greener on the other side. I can use a virtual assistant to escape where I'm at right now. Or somebody who doesn't understand systems or processes or anything like that and scaling. They just want to hustle, right? And be micromanager. Sorry about that. There's a huge difference between those people. There seriously is. Oh my gosh. Huge difference. And I should have stuck with my guns, especially in my qualification process. One of the things I have in my business is a qualification process where it has landmine questions. If you answer a certain question with anything other than the actual, there's basically one question, one answer that you can give. If it's any other answer, boom, you hit the landmine and you're gone. You're done. Had I have given him and stuck with that landmine question, this would not have happened at all. This would not have happened. So anyway, I ended up terminating. So what actually happened was we couldn't find, no VA wanted to work with him. And then when we did find a virtual assistant, that was amazing that was going to work with him, he said, oh, well, can I get her part-time? And I'm like, no, you're done. I'm done. And so I ended up sending an email to him, letting him know, hey, we can't, we're going to cancel the agreement, just letting you know. It was a nice email. I basically said, hey, hope you're having a great day. Unfortunately, we can't continue our agreement because of this, and this. Here are some other options that you can try that I think would fit you better. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And I never heard from him again, right? Never heard from him again. The amount of pain. This is where, if you listen to past podcasts, I talk about doing the easy, hard things rather than the hard, easy things comes into play. Garrett J. White, one of my mentors, founder of the Wake Up Warrior movement, he talks about doing the easy, hard things before they become the hard, easy things. The more you put something off, the harder it becomes. Yeah, it's hard to say up front, hey, I don't think you're a good fit, but hey, here are some things, some different places that you can check out. It's hard to say that. You don't want to tell anybody no. But once you take them on as a customer, now that becomes a lot harder. They're in a written agreement with you. They're expecting certain things. And then when you don't deliver, or if you do deliver and they're the wrong person, guess what they're going to do? They're going to be talking smack on you. They're going to be talking smack on you. It's just the way it is. So, all that being said, right now, why is this important? Do not be afraid of the hard, easy things. Okay? Stick with your guns. There's certain things that you have right now that you don't need to negotiate on. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Things like, am I going to work past 5 o'clock? Yes or no? It's easy to say, yeah, I'll just go and do a little bit of extra work and I'll make up to my family later or whatever. Or you can say, no, I don't go past 5. Sorry, it's just the way it is. You hired me on for 8 hours, 9 hours, or I'm an entrepreneur and this is what I decide and I will not compromise. It's hard. It's seriously hard. It's hard to shut off my mind as an entrepreneur, right? And be with my kids. It's tough. It's really tough. But it's important. It's an important thing. What's your landmine question or your landmine thing that basically tells you, gives you an indicator that I don't want to continue with this anymore? Nope. The wrong customer. You're not a good fit. Or it might be, no, I'm not going to do that because it's past a certain time or it's on a certain day or whatever. What is your landmine thing? I want you to think about one thing that you're just not going to negotiate on. It's your landmine question or it's your landmine situation. That one thing, and run with it. Run with it and just embrace it because people will respect you so much more. Just like the people today. They respected me because I said, hey, look, if you're this type of person, it's not going to happen. And you become much, much, much more respected and much more desired. All right, this is Dean Soto, freedomin5minutes.com. Go check that out. Sign up there. We're going to have some good things later in the year. And if you want a virtual assistant that is systems and process documentation, a virtual assistant who will duplicate everything you're doing right now, then go to prosulum.com, prosulum.com. Leave a review also for this podcast if you like it. If you don't like the podcast, maybe you should check out a different podcast. All right. All right, this is Dean Soto, freedomin5minutes.com, and I'll catch you in the next episode.